Now, Maru is doing the very standard 3cc build. Let's not forget, this is the first time he's showing this one, right? This is the Reactor to Hellion 3 Command Center build.
Yeah.
The first game he did a 3 Command Center build, but instead of going for Starport, he went for a much quicker second barracks, right? So definitely a very different feel than a Starport. You know, I think it's, obviously this is one of the, probably overall the safest, most flexible, big economy build for Terran vs. Zerg. It's a build that Innovation's really known for doing quite a bit, but really any Terran, this is one of those bread and butter builds. Now Rogue is making a Roach Warren. This doesn't necessarily mean he's going for attacks with it.
No, I mean, it could just be to get enough roaches to stave off any other threats here.
It could also be a Roach all-in.
Yeah, it could be that as well.
Could be. Of course, as soon as you see the Roaches, you want to be careful as Maru, right? He's throwing down a bunker, he's getting a Banshee, he has a Siege Tank finishing up.
Now, Maru is probably also unsure of the true intentions here of Rogue. Is Rogue going to double down on the Roaches or not? I think we're going to know when the 2 Evo chambers finish. It looks like Roach upgrades or not. But we don't have many more, but of course the Zerg is still powering up by getting a lot of drones, so that doesn't tell us that much either.
We also have a land Viking in the main base while he's harassing with these Hellions. Kind of a cute move there. Doesn't do a lot. A Queen does force that away. 5 drones total for 2 dead Hellions and a hurt Viking.
Yeah, 3 kills on that Viking, not bad. But basically, it's a play that is intended to drag the game into a loss. This is not intended to have Zerg develop into a more sophisticated closing endgame. It is actually to just smother the Terran, to strangle the Terran until the Terran can't even play anymore.
You're basically hitting him with a giant club.
Yes.
It really is a Roger Zerg gamer moment.
If you guys missed the Ogre Zerg Gamer meme from Starcraft 1, you might not know what we're talking about.
It's just like overwhelming someone with something that probably shouldn't work, but does.
It does, yes.
Now, he is busting down these rocks very, very quickly. He has his creep spread quite the ways up. A good spread of siege tanks. Starting to throw down some bunkers here as well. This is so many units coming over right now. 177 to 133 supply. About twice the army supply, but it is Roach heavy, right? Okay, here we go. Stims forward, brings up those SCVs as well. Bile's starting to go down, hasn't actually killed the tanks yet.
Yeah, he's damaged them, takes out 1. And these obstructions are really helping the Terran out, but only 2 more tanks remain. And now 1, as Rogue just continues to push in. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. He does have a couple tanks back here, so he's not going to die. Maru is going to live through this. He's not going to lose his command center.
But he will have to lift it off, losing an expansion as a Zerg is taking a gold base.
Yeah, the gold base definitely important here. But, yeah, oh, look at that. The Banshee kind of denying mining there for the moment. I think that this game is not over at all, Tasteless. Like, we still have a lot of Roaches being made. No more upgrades other than Zergling speed.
Artosis, did you see the last 2 games? I think this game might be getting closer to an end here, man. He's got Roaches and Ravagers, and the tank count's down. There's not a tank in a position to actually drive this away. Right now, Rogue is just respecting the fact that there are some Marauders here. He's going to come back in.
Yeah, he's pushing forward once again here. Is Maru coming down too quickly, I think is the big question. Does he realize that this is basically pure Roach production? He's definitely got to keep a big and strong spread. Only 1 siege tank this time. Uh-oh, this isn't going to go well, I think.
Yeah, he's coming in now, and it's going to start to connect on that last tank. It does go down, and this is just too much. Again, if Terran can't mine from this base, they're never going to get an army that can match what Zerg has.
Well, one thing I want to mention is Maru did make a 4th command center. He's expanding to the north of his natural right now. He still has those 2 tanks on high ground that makes it so that you can't get past that 1 point with this army, and he continues to bring down tanks. So the question is, do you try to bust him again while he has 1 tank here? Well, you're going to run into those 2 tanks on the high ground that you can't even see. So again, I feel like Maru is still absolutely in this game. Rogue is pretty damn all in here.
Yeah, and the attack is going to continue to push forward here. The command center is already in the red. So many Roaches and Ravagers as the tank on the low ground is taken out. And if he doesn't move this quickly, yeah, these Biles are going to connect on top of this command center.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be losing that command center, but look at this. He brings over an Overlord to spot those tanks to the high ground. He will end up picking 1 off. Now that was a nice move. That is the type of move he needs here. Yeah, they also have a little Marine drop at the gold base, trying to clear out any drones up there.
Now, there is, like you were saying, Artosis, another base at 3 o'clock, but it is not being mined from.
Yeah, that's right.
So it is nothing more than a placeholder.
Still some nice harassment going on at this gold base. Better range on Marines than those roaches, so pretty annoying to deal with. Sending his mules down to that, I guess we call it 4th base, but realistically it's his 3rd base.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a point. I don't know, man. I think that this next attack is going to be devastating as well here, the one from the north.
Well, it is a great idea for him to do, and he is going to go for it now. We got to take a look at this. He's got to run these SCVs right away. Throws down a good set of bios there, kind of zoning everything out, but the Siege Tank going to help push that back.
And that effectively is the 3rd base here. Oh my God, there's a Nidus.
The Nidus, yeah, that's kind of huge. Throws down a bunch of bios for the command center as well. Does Maru even see that the Nidus is occurring? I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Keep in mind that there's no mining 3rd base right now for Terran. We've seen it where Maru's had up to 4 bases, but this is going to be devastating because Maru was already so squeezed and desperately needed to get a 3rd command center landed, and now is going to be hit from both sides.
Oh God, is he going to crush everything here? A couple Siege Tanks remain as Bio has to run back. He has so few units here, trying to deal with the Nidus in the main as well. The 2 tanks on the high ground. Once again, the Savior pushing back those units.
I mean, Rogue is now going to be taking a 5th. He just keeps growing where Maru, it's arrested development. Now, Maru is going to fight back here and win this war, at least for now, at the 3rd.
Well, it's 2-2 against 2-2 for upgrades.
Yeah.
Another Nidus coming down.
I don't think Maru sees this. Okay, he does now.
Yeah,
he's getting a little bit worried for him there.
Really important that he doesn't let that up.
Keep in mind, the natural is pretty much mined out. And so it's just these 3 bases. Is this command center going to burn down?
Oh God, I know there's a lot going on right now.
Oh no, this would be
okay. There we go. Okay, he sends out a couple medevacs, and he can do a lot with that, right? Like, Roach Ravager is not the most mobile unit set. There is another Nidus Worm coming up. Oh, another attack in is going to kill off some of these SCVs. Of course, the tanks on the high ground kind of saving him, keeping him alive, keeping him in the game. Double medevac, not going to be quite enough.
Oh, no. My God, the CC goes down.
That is...
And there's no mining 3rd base again. I mean, he's going to float a command center to this, but...
That's brutal.
If you look at the minerals for Maru and how slowly they're actually going up, and Zerg's maxed out again, he's going to have to get rid of some of this supply by trading unevenly on top of Marauder. He's like, well, yeah, I mean, Marauders counter roaches until you have way too many roaches, and then that doesn't counter anything.
Well, I tell you, pretty impressive plays here from Rogue, just utilizing the same unit composition every single game. Felt like Maru's been getting better against it, but look at how many units he has pushing forward. Maru microing his heart out right now. He has so much damage output with this stemmed bio.
Oh,
but Rogue just has so much.
This is insane, yeah. And now the SCVs have to be pulled to try to help defend. By the way, Maru had 24 SCVs here. There's 66 drones in this game.
The creep spread is almost to his base.
I cannot believe how effective this is. It's just not the TVZs I'm used to casting. But, I mean, this is apparently, according to Rogue, the way to beat a 4-time GSL champion.
Yeah, he said
is you just smother them in roaches. GG, Rogue takes game 3.
Okay, so Starport on just the 2 base, no 3rd command center first. It's an important thing to know. Very different build. You're mining more gas, which means, of course, less minerals. You're going to get that tech up a bit faster. See where he goes with that. I was mentioning before against the general style Rogue's been using, I think that a battlecruiser rush could be a reasonable strat. See if he wants to go for that here.
What? He's going to go Banshees. Okay.
Yeah. Banshees, of course, can deal with Roach Ravager well, too. Like, if you make multiples, if you're getting Cloak first off, you're always getting minimum 2. And if you keep them alive, it would really hinder a Roach Ravager rush. Their DPS is insane, and you're just not going to hit them with the Biles. I think we might get into our first kind of more normal Terran Berserk here.
Yeah. I think so. I think we're going to get into a very traditional
I think so.
TVZ here. Again, I mean, it's not like Rogue has to go roaches. It's just one of these weird things where we've seen it 4 times already, and this really isn't the normal way to play ZVT, and the fact that it's working so well is such a surprise. And I think a lot of Zergs are starting to rethink the way they view their race.
Takes a bit of damage there as the Spore finishes up. There's another one over here, so he can't go too far in, but yeah, really nice harassment. Look at that. Despite double Spore, he gets 6 drones and he's going to get out of there. Spire on the way. All right, Tasteless, we're going to have ourselves a normal TVZ.
Yep. Here comes the Hellions now, and again, Rogue is extremely good at the Ling Bane Muta style as well. But I think this is going to be more of a better, how do I say this? This is a better representation, most likely, of where Maru's at in his EDT. Rogue really came in here with an alternative style overall. All right, so these Hellions coming in here and already getting 8 drones, but getting sandwiched between the minerals and the Lings and the Queens. I probably could have gotten a little bit more, but not bad killing 9 drones.
Yeah, I think you're fine with this. Slowing down that economy a little bit, keeping your Banshees alive, those are more valuable anyways. Muta's going to be coming up pretty shortly here. Of course, Maru has his 3rd command floating down for his expansion.
These Mutas, though, they appear to be inbound for the Terran base, and there's just nothing to defend here. This turret might not even finish in time, in fact.
Yeah, that is highly annoying. He is going to be able to kill off that turret.
And in the main here as well, not enough defense. Can he deny this turret as well?
I think that turret will end up finishing, and then he can get the repair off as well, so the Mutas get pushed back. Meantime, a little bit of Banshee harassment there at the 4th base. The Mutas hit the 3rd once again. 9 SCVs, not so bad so far.
Yeah, he's done a great job fighting this over here now. And this is a bit of a headache now. I mean, getting the denial on the bottom right base is going to be huge. You can stop Rogue there, but Rogue is starting to really damage Maru.
Yeah, he's getting a fair amount of SCVs overall, 14. You know, picking off some units here and there with the Mutas. Banshee is still harassing that bottom right. Hopefully he does not lose that hatchery.
Yeah, he has some Queens down here. He can heal that up, and finally, it's going to be enough to chase this out. So the 4th base is going to stay up. A very not pushable location for the Terran. Very, very far away from the spawn. So this means that Rogue is going to propel himself further forward here. The Zerg, of course, always has to have more bases than the Terran.
Now 75 drones are up, 18 Mutas out on the map, but a lot of mines are being added in. So we might start seeing some mine traps going down, trying to catch the Mutas. You know, stack them behind buildings and whatnot underneath SCVs, and if you get a couple lucky hits, you can really hurt that flock.
Okay, I don't know if he's going to get anything this time around here.
Yeah, seems like Maru very much on the defense.
Yeah, exactly. And so the 5th base for the Zerg is coming. I do like the burrow upgrade here for Rogue. I think a lot of Zergs neglect getting that, but that's just something handy to have around here. He may even end up burrowing Banelings throughout the map, or he might just want to burrow a Ling somewhere where a command center is supposed to land.
Sure,
anything to slow him down, really.
There's all sorts of great things you can do with burrow, that's for sure. No Baneling speed yet, so that's definitely a mistake. He should have started that by now. I think he's going to look up and realize, oops, I didn't get that. Cancels a command center. That's very nice.
Whoa.
And then
these
slow
Banes are just walking in. Oh my God, it's 22 kills.
And that was slow Banelings.
That was literally Maru not watching the mini-map, not with his screen in the right spot. And so one of the more elementary tricks of the game where you just hit in one location while you're then running in with Banelings, or dropping somewhere, has just devastated Maru economically, taking out about 1/3 of his workers.
That was huge. That was a big, big moment in this game. You could see Maru got puffy cheeks after that. Really unhappy with that result.
Okay, the Lings come in here and chase away this infantry. And I do worry about this 3rd base, because this is a real battering ram of an army. He's going to end up taking out these medevacs and everything else inside.
Yeah, clears that up
Oh
pretty
my
darn quickly.
God.
That is a lot of Banelings going forward right now. A mine gets an insane connection there, killing a ton of Banelings, but the Banelings still do their job. 19 SCVs falling.
That was insane. Yeah, 19 workers killed. So Rogue, with nearly 100 drones here, has almost doubled what Maru has after that insane Baneling invasion. And you know, some of the ideas of the Roach play are even going to be a play here now, because Rogue has gotten so far ahead that he doesn't have to always trade favorably. he can just make all these Banelings
Oh my god.
and just go for it.
62 Banelings just morphed.
So there's more Banelings than there are SCVs. So if each Baneling hit one SCV, there still would be Banelings left over.
Yeah, this is madness. He can kill just about anything with this. Here we go. He's going to put that to the test. Here come the Banelings rolling in right now. A good connection there. And they go on top of Marauder Thor.
Yeah.
They will kill the Marauder Thor and then keep going.
He just keeps rolling through, killing more SCVs.
I mean, that was about as cost
my
efficient
God.
as you can hope to be, I think.
And now he's going to go for the planetary over here. It's at half health. 41 workers now in this game as Rogue gets further and further ahead. Now, that was a lot of gas spent. Like we said before, it's not always the most even trade, but because you have this much funding, I mean, he may go for it again in a little bit here, just make a lot more Banes and see what he can find.
Well, if you get really ahead economically, you can just trade massively with Banelings over and over. Now, here he goes, gets on top of everything. That is mine Thor. I don't think so.
He gets the command center.
What?
Oh my God, that's
GG.
it. GG,
And
Rogue
that's
did it.
Sudden, but you know what? Rogue has won the GSL Code S Season 1 in 2021.